Hi everybody, I'm retired meteorologist Pat Prokop. Today is Tuesday, January 9th, and a lot of weather activity going on across our region. Potential severe weather moving across into the southeastern Georgia, southern South Carolina regions for the remainder of this afternoon. Let's take a look first of all at the advisory map. Let's get right into it. Lots of activity going on. Winter storm warnings in effect across the Midwest into the western Great Lakes states. High wind warnings in effect for a large portion of the south and southeast, all the way up into the New England states. Also, heavy rain forecast, flash floodings in those areas there, gale warnings and storm warnings across the just about the entire eastern seaboard. And then another storm developing up in the northwest portion of the country right over here. That'll be affecting our area of southeastern Georgia, southern South Carolina on Friday. But let's take a look at activity in our region first of all. And there is a tornado watch in effect for a large portion of southeastern Georgia into central Georgia, into the central Savannah River area, into South Carolina. A new tornado watch just issued now for portions of the rest of the portions of southeastern Georgia and into eastern South Carolina, also northern Florida. We have an intense squall line across the region over here. So let's take a look at the radar summary from this afternoon, early afternoon now, and zooming in, you can see, well, there's the snow up in the center portion of the country, up into the Great Lakes states, but I'm more concerned about this line of severe thunderstorms, and we're getting a lot of reports of wind damage associated with these thunderstorms. An intense squall line has developed, and that is going to be moving eastward and probably enhance a little bit during the mid to later afternoon hours, just as it gets into our region of southeastern Georgia and southern South Carolina. So let's take a look, first of all, at what to expect for the remainder of the day. Dangerous winds outside of the storm areas of 40 to 50 miles per hour, particularly from early afternoon right now until later on, until about 6 o'clock this evening. Then the winds will begin to slowly diminish, but still be blustery throughout the nighttime hours. A squall line is expected to move into our region from mid to late afternoon with higher wind gusts associated with the squall line. We could see winds in excess of 70 miles per hour in some of the downbursts in these thunderstorms inside the squall line. The tornado watch, well, it's now in effect. The tornado watch has just been issued for the entire region. Numerous tree damage is expected. I'm expecting a lot of tree damage. We're already seeing damaged tree reports over in central Georgia and western Georgia. Possible structural damage associated with some of these squall lines, squalls that will be passing through later this afternoon. And with that, we could expect numerous power outages, maybe some isolated extended power outages associated with these very dangerous winds coming in this afternoon. And across the marine conditions, well, you just saw a lot of gale warnings and storm warnings in effect across the entire eastern United States coastline, and that's going to result in extensive beach erosion. Now, let's take a look at the radar from the central portions of Georgia, and there you can see severe thunderstorm watches, and more. These are warnings right here across just about the entire length of this line of thunderstorms, and we're getting a lot of reports of tree damage and high winds. I had a report over in Lee County earlier this morning of a 90-mile-an-hour wind gust associated with the squall line as it passed through there. The squall line right now is probably, this is right around the noon hour, is probably at its weakest point. It's going to start intensifying throughout the remainder of the afternoon hours. So let's take a look at the radar from across the Valdosta radar. And it's showing intense showers and thunderstorms developing across and moving across into central Georgia now, passing just to the east of Interstate 75, still well to the west of Interstate 95. And there's the wind field. That's going to be continuing to increase throughout the afternoon hours as well. Let's take a look at the Charleston radar. And there we can see some isolated showers that have been developing in advance of this system with the warm front passing through. You can see temperatures now south of the warm front have warmed into the low to middle 70s across areas of southeastern Georgia. And there's the intense squall line. Tornado watch has just been issued for this area here. It's not showing up quite on this map yet, but it will be showing up very shortly on your if you go to my website, savannahpat.name, you'll be able to monitor it throughout the remainder of the afternoon. Let's take a look at the forecast model. And this is the high resolution model, the high resolution rapid refresh model. And there it shows in early afternoon hours, right at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's the squall line as it advances eastward. It intensifies a little bit, and there you can see it's very intense now. And this is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, going into 3 o'clock in the afternoon is right here. Intense thunderstorms with very strong damaging winds associated with it. Here we go into 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then by 6 o'clock it moves off the coast, and by just after sunset it's off the coast. And also the winds will be starting to diminish, but still blustery throughout the remainder of the evening hours as colder air starts flowing into the region. Let's take a look at the forecast winds, because this is going to be very important as well. These are winds outside of the storm areas, and these are potential wind gusts to be associated with these winds. And during the afternoon hours, you can see, let's go into 1 o'clock. There you can see winds 40 to 50 miles an hour common across a large portion of the area. There's where the squall line is going to be, right in that region there. But we could see perhaps 60-mile-an-hour wind gust outside of thunderstorms, maybe even higher in thunderstorms of in excess of 70, 75 miles per hour, some of the gusts inside of thunderstorms. As we go on to 2 o'clock, you can see still much of the eastern half of Georgia and all of South Carolina under intense winds continuing across the region. Either 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. But after that, 5 o'clock, we start seeing the winds diminishing somewhat, still blustery, 30 to 40 miles per hour. And then they'll continue to slowly diminish throughout the nighttime hours, but not a whole lot. There's still going to be very gusty winds throughout the nighttime hours. Here we have it at 8 o'clock. Let's shoot it up to midnight tonight. Still, we're seeing 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts possible coming in from the west northwest during the evening hours. So if you want to get more information, you can always go to my website, savannahpat.name. And if you have any comments, please leave your comments below. That's very helpful, by the way, for the YouTube algorithm to help push this video out to other people and viewers. Wind damage is likely today. There's a moderate chance for tornadoes. These tornadoes could have some winds in excess of 70, perhaps up to 100 to 110 miles an hour. There's potential for F2 or F3 tornadoes to be associated with this. That's not a good thing at all. So we have to keep that in mind. But again, thank you for watching. And after today, the conditions will be somewhat decent for tomorrow, with temperatures in the middle 50s and middle 30s for the low. Fair to partly cloudy weather conditions, clouding up again on Thursday with another system coming in on Friday. Not quite as strong, but it still could generate some thunderstorm activity, and about another inch of rain possible on Friday. We might get an inch of rain out of this today. I'm not so much concerned about the rain totals. I'm more concerned about the wind that will be associated with today's conditions. And then Sunday, fair to partly cloudy, temperatures in the mid 50s and mid to upper 30s for the low. So it looks like some decent weather moving in after this system moves on out. And once again, just to recap real quickly what to expect: dangerous winds all day long into the evening hours, squall line to mid to late afternoon with higher winds, possible tornadoes. Tornado watch is likely that we just saw has just been put into effect for southeastern Georgia and southeastern South Carolina. Expect numerous tree limb damage and tree damage. There could be a lot of trees actually being uprooted with this system, and with possible tornadoes, there could be possible structural damage with these moderate tornadoes that could develop during the afternoon hours and early evening. Numerous power outages expected with the passage of this squall line, and across the marine area conditions as well for extensive beach erosion associated with this. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on the weather. Definitely keep an eye on the weather this afternoon. Bring in all loose objects that are outside that could be blown around in these high winds that are going to be developing and moving across the area. And if an event of a tornado does move into your region, seek the smallest room and the lowest level of your dwelling, and particularly a room with no windows. An interior room or closet offers the best protection in the event of a tornado passing across your area. And if you hear the winds developing and increasing in strength and in roaring sound in the event when the squall line comes on through, that is a very strong indication that that storm could be producing very damaging winds in a tornado. And I would seek shelter in your lowest level, in the smallest room in the center of the house. That's the most safest place to be in a tornado. If you're in a mobile home, you might want to consider going to a friend's house or checking into a motel or something. But mobile homes are likely to be possibly damaged with the development of these type storms. Just keep that in mind. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.